Okay, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. Whatever time you are watching the video. Okay, so guys, now today we are going to discuss about Gparted. Okay, so what's Gparted? Gparted is an app or software, you can say. Gparted is an app or software that is used to manage disk. Okay, manage disk and partitions. Okay, partition. So this software used to do that, and with that, what operation that we can do on this disk and partition is there's multiple operation, right? You can create a partition, you can delete a partition, you can copy or paste a partition also. Okay, and yeah, this is not possible for every file system, and for few file system it is available. Okay, you can search it on Google for which file system uh, the copy pasting is available, can be done. And then we have format partition. You can format the partition, you can check and repair the partition, label partition. You can, in fact, in Linux you can do disable and enable swap in the Gparted app itself. Somehow you might be doing with commands, but it can also be done with the Gparted itself. Okay, in fact, you can create a swap partition also with the Gparted application. And after that, you can align partition, set partition flag, then view partition information. It is very basic thing to view the partition information. Then convert the file system. Okay, converting file system is also not available for every uh, file system. I think maybe it is available, but it seems like it is not available for all file system to all system. Okay, from to, you got it. Okay, so and finally you can create partition table and modification of that. So if you are not familiar with any of the term that I have used uh, during this conversation, like creating a partition table, converting file system, what is file system you don't know, or partition flag, you don't know partition flag, or aligning partition, what is the meaning of align, enable, disable, swap, what is swap memory you don't know, or you don't know what is repair option or format partition option, then you can ask me in the comment. So let's get started. So before using the app, we first actually need to install the Gparted application. Okay, install the Gparted. Okay, so if you are in Debian based system, there is a very simple command. You can just to you can go to a terminal and wait. Okay, so you can go to your terminal and enter the command sudo apt install then Gparted. Okay, so it will come like this, and I have already installed, so it won't install it again. Okay, but what you are supposed to do is first do this sudo apt update, then it will do update, and once it gets completed, after that you will be doing this sudo apt install Gparted. Okay, so you will have the latest version of the Gparted application. Okay, after that you can launch the Gparted, and to launch that you can search here direct Gparted and click on this or enter, press enter, or you can launch using terminal by giving command Gparted. Okay, and it will also launch. And as it works with the disk, your storage device, it requires your password to be entered. Okay, so I'm entering the password. Well, I will just launch it from search bar. Okay, let me launch it by terminal, because if we launch it by terminal here, it will show some logs here too. So let's do that. Gparted, and hit enter. Now enter the password. Enter. Okay. So see, there are some long logs are coming. That is not important, but let it be. Okay. So first thing, you need to be sure about that whatever you are going to do is very serious. Okay. Well, it won't affect until you press this button, the apply all operation. We'll see that in action. Okay, how it does, what happens. But these all things are critical. If you're not aware what you're doing, please don't do that. Don't experiment with the application. I warn you, you might lose the very valuable information that you have stored in your uh, device. Okay, so this one is my main SSD that I'm using for in which the application in which the OS is installed, and I'm not using this one. So from using by using this drop down menu, you can choose the disk or drive you are supposed to work on. Okay, you will be modifying, you are creating partition, deleting partition. So from here you can choose the device. So SDA is the main device in which the operating system is installed. So I'm not going to use that one, but this one, okay, which is another disk. Or you can also use pen drive. Okay, you can create partitions or delete partition in pen drive also. In fact, I'm using pen drive this time. This is a pen drive that I have added here. Okay, so after that you have selected the device. Now first thing we are going to see is to create a partition table. Okay, right from here, disk device. Okay, so if you do that, how you will do that, let us see. So from here you first selected the device. Okay, here you selected the device, then we'll create partition table. Well, don't be, okay, again I'm warning you, if there is something valuable here, you want to persist in that, you don't want to miss that, don't do this. Okay, and in fact I'm not going to complete the operation. Okay, before doing that, first you need to unmount whatever device you are using. Well, it is in case of pen drive, it will ask for unmount, I think. Maybe for internal devices will also, yes, it will ask, because maybe some work is happening at the inside, or maybe some work is happening, maybe happening. Okay, so you first need to unmount the disk. After that this thing will be working, so I can just unmount it from here, and after that I can say create partition table. Okay, so see, it is saying the partition is in use. Okay, so if anything is in use, you can't do that. But create partition table. Let me just unmount this one. I think it was not unmounted, because of which it was not allowing me to create partition table. Now let me try to do that. Was create partition, and now it is asking me for the partition table. Okay, so here you can select the partition table. But most of the time you will be selecting MS-DOS or GPT based on your needs. Okay, MS-DOS is the okay one that is used most widely, and then we have this GPT one, and Mac another also. But these two are basically, these MS DOS and GPT. These two are very famous too. Okay, so after that, if you will do that, it may erase your data. It will erase your data on the disk. Okay, so be sure that you are not going to, whatever data is available, you're not going to use that. Okay, so I'm going to hit cancel. And the next thing we are going to see is to create a partition. Okay, but to create a partition we don't have a free space, unallocated space. So before that we can do delete partition. Okay, so to delete a partition, what you can do is right click on the first, select the partition like this way, because why I'm selecting this small one. Okay, so you can first to delete the partition. Okay, okay, now this time it is showing that delete this, means exactly it is not deleting this time, but it it is created a queue that this thing is to be done. Okay, so it will delete once we hit this apply button. Okay, if I do this, it will again asking for loss of data. So I'm not going to do that for now, so let me cancel that. Okay, so you'll do this like this. First you will right click and say delete, and again it will do this thing. You will show it will show what is going to be once this is done, but it's not done right now. After that you can just go back and revert. Okay, this thing is not possible in Windows disk manager. Okay, once you have say delete, it's gone. But in Linux, in Gparted, you are in the safe side. Okay, so let me just undo this one. Okay, so this way you can delete the partition, and once the partition is deleted, now you can create a new partition. Like, okay, how you will do that? Right click on the unoccupied space, and or you can do it from here also. Right click, then new, then you will be you will be choosing the site, basically entering the size of the new partition. You can do it from here, in this way, or you can do it from here also. You can give the size, whatever size you want to give it here, you can enter by yourself. Okay, and it won't allow to do me this size because maximum size is this, so it will change. Okay, so this is maximum size. And after that what you can do is you can just move it here. So if you want this size, the partition to be created this size in some space, the partition is to be created in this size. Okay, if you are let me show it here. If you want that partition is to be created this size, this side, and some part. Okay, if I would take this as an example, let me just say delete this. Okay, so if I want that some space need to be here, but and the partition should be here. So how I'll be doing? I'll click new, then move it this side. Okay, or if I'm not doing from here, I can do it from here. Okay, I want 1 GB of space to be uh, left. No, I said 20 GB. So 20 and 1 2 3. Okay, so if I say then 20 GB space will be left here, and after that it will create a partition. Okay, and maybe I want some more space to be left here. So let's say I'm just telling one, this much of space should be left in this side. Okay, so it will do that. Okay, so see, this much space is left this side, and this much space is left this side, and in between whatever value is here of that size, the partition will be created. Okay, okay, so once you are done with that, you can do this also, like playing with this which side you want to create partition. Okay, but I recommend just doing this. Let it be here, and yeah, you need to be sure if you want to do this site, then enter this here, and you can make it 0 also. Okay, but it's by default taking it 1 here. 1 MB it is preserving space this side. Okay, so after that you can choose this thing, primary partition or extended partition. For now, I'm not going to discuss more on this. I'm just going to select primary partition, and after that you can give the file. Okay, file system. Okay, so there's multiple file system available: btrfs, ext4, ext3, and fat32, fat64 is here, linux web is here. Okay, so you can select the partition, like let me, if I select here, it's NTFS is also here, so NTFS you can select. And if you are not aware of these things, ask me in chat, in comment, I'll make a video on that. So this is it. You can search on YouTube this right now, maybe after watching the video. Okay, so you can select the file system you want to create, you want to select for that partition. Okay, so this can be done from here, and from here you can give the level, whatever level you want, that is, let me say, like new partition, I am saying new part. Okay, just like that. So you can give partition here, label here, and after that, after getting this much things, you can say add, and boom, here is new partition is added. Okay, and once I click this apply and apply, and it will start applying. We'll see this in action is at the end of the video, and I'll be getting some partition or deleting some partition of it. Okay, I'm not going to do that for now. I'll just revert it. Okay, okay, so getting partition is done. After that, what we are going to see is deleting partition already done, removing resizing partition. Okay, so if I want, I will go back in the initial state of this disk. See, I want this partition to be of smaller size. It is of 109.55 gigabits. But if I want it to be of 50 gigabits, okay, I want that 50 gigabits of space to be unallocated, to be freed from this partition. Then how can I achieve that? Okay, to that you will go to resize move. Okay, then you will say here, if you want the size of this partition to be only, let's say, uh, 10,000 megabits. Okay, it's a 1000, it's a 10,000. Okay, so if you want only 10,000 megabits to be its size, then you can enter it here. Or if I want to make it say 40,000, so this way it is of 40,000 only. Okay, and if I want that after this thing, after this partition, the 40,000 space, 40,000 MB of space I want to make free. So I'll enter it here. Okay, and this way it will work, and I can just move it here this way, and the 40,000 MB of space is free this side. Okay, let me tell you one more thing that is very basic thing that you should know. If I would do it this way and make some spaces free this side, first thing is it will take more time to do, because this side some data is here. See, it is little bit yellowish. So this, there is some data, and if I will do this, so all data that is stored here need to move to here. So it will take more time. Rather, if I do like this, it won't take that much of time. Okay, so this is movement, moving the partition, and this is resizing the partition. Okay, let me show it again. If you are doing this thing only, then it is resizing the partition. You resize the side. Okay, this much space you freed, and this much space is left for the partition that already exists. Okay, after that, if you do like this, the movement we have made. Okay, exactly thing is movement, like I have moved this partition from here to here. As I have moved it here, data that was stored in this side will also be moved to this side. So this is going to take some time, some more time. Okay, okay, so this was the first thing. Second thing is, if you are doing like this and you want um, the space in this side and space in this side, I'll use that to create a single partition, then it is not possible because they are in different size, and you different side, and you cannot do a partition. Let's say it's a, see, this much amount is in left side and this much amount is in right side, and you want to create a partition using by summing these two things. You can't do that if the partition exists in between. One more partition exists in between, and you cannot make a single partition using the left and right side of that partition. Okay, so this is another thing. And what you can do is that you can let it be here and create a partition this sides. It won't make any problem to you. Okay, and after doing this all thing, you can just say resize or move, and after that you can apply, and it will apply. And this unallocated space is the space that will free after resizing the partition. So this is it. If I say apply and again this apply this one, then it is going to apply the operation. Okay, but I'm going to cancel this. Let me go to initial state. Okay, so what is the next thing? Next thing is to copy and paste the partition. This seems very interesting, right? Okay, if I want to copy this partition, okay, first let me create a, okay, copying a partition requires a free space. Okay, so first let me create a free space. Okay, the thing that I have showed to you earlier, right before, I'm using that. So I'm saying that to this, and this much is your now free space. Okay, this is also used for if you want to let's say install another operating system. Okay, so you don't have a space in your disk, your disk is filled like this, and you want to install another operating system, maybe different distro of Linux. Then how you will achieve that? You don't have a disk space. What you will do, not disk space but the free space. Okay, see, I have a lot of disk space. From here to here it is all free. If I see, it's 104.18 gigabits unused, only 5 GB is used. Okay, so if I want to install another distro here, and that may take let's say 40 or 50 gigabits that may take. So what I will do, resize and say free space to be 50, let's say 65 or 45,000 MB. Okay, and after that it will make it happen. If I just say resize and apply, it is going to do that. Okay, and in this space I can install my new operating system. Okay, so now we have an unallocated space, and thing we are going to do is copy and paste the partition. Okay, so to copy and paste the partition, you will right click here and say copy, and right click here and say paste. This thing is going to do that. Okay, you can increase the size also, and the data will also come with this. Data that was in this partition will come to this partition too. Okay, you can say paste and apply. It will apply that operation also. Okay, first it will shrink, then paste it here. This way it is going to work. Okay, let me revert it back so that I can explain the next thing. Okay, so next thing is to format the partition. Formatting the partition is very easy. You can format your partition in different file system. Let's say you let me first show how you will okay, creating new partition itself is like formatting. Basically it's not, but you can do a formatting. By default it will be doing a formatting. Okay, see here, here's an unformatted also. If I create a unformatted and it is raw, no file system is selected for this. Now if I want to format this, you will say format to, and then select the file system you want to format. Let's say I'm selecting the NTFS. Okay, so now it will be formatted to NTFS once I click the apply button. Okay, and it was for unallocated space, but it can be directly achieved by just saying right click and format to. Let me revert it, resize and do this, resize and right click format to. I don't know why it's not giving me option to do that. It was available little bit before. Okay, okay, after that let I want this existing partition to format to different one. Okay, let's say I'm going to change it to ext4. Now it is in which format, you can see in which see all the information about a partition. By using this information, it will show everything about this partition, like file system, a label, uid, mounted or not. Everything is going to be available as the first sector, last sector. And okay, so yeah, this is it. Okay, so it's in FAT32 for now. You can see it here also. And if you want to format it to different one, let's say I want to format it to xt4, then it will apply xt4 and only data will be cleared. Okay, so this way you can format a partition. After that, what next? Okay, next I'll going to show you a very interesting thing. In fact, in this thing, I have made a whole video to create a swap partition using this Gparted. Okay, what is our objective is to basically create a swap partition and use that. Okay, how you will do that using Gparted? It's a very beautiful way to do that. So right click on resize, create free space, resize, and right click new. Now here in the file system, select Linux swap. Okay, and you can give a label, but it's not required. You can say add, and after that right click, and yeah, it's done. Linux swap, and apply that. Okay, once you apply that, after applying, you can, okay, if I apply that, then it would be only available. So let me make it reversed, and if I delete this one, okay, and after that I want to create new and select Linux swap, add. Okay, and see, I'm going to apply this for now. You will see it in action. So click on apply and apply. Okay, all operations successfully completed, means it is done. Details are here, and close. Okay, now this one is swap partition. What you can do, you can turn on and turn off this swap. Okay, let me show what is the current swap space in my system. I'm using Gparted to do that. Let's say not Gparted, but HTOP. Okay, so HTOP is here. It's a 10 GB of swap space allocated, and it is already using 6 GB. For some reason, some apps are running in these workspaces. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so the swap space that is available here is 10.6 gigabits, and 6 GB of that is in use. If I right click here and say swap on, this figure would be changed to by adding this figure. Okay, whatever size of this one is, it's a 5 gigabits, so that 5 gigabits will be added to here. Okay, let me show you. Right click, swap on. Okay, and now it's 15 gigabits. Okay, so this is it. You can do it from right here from the Gparted. Okay, you don't need to run commands. Well, if you ask for that in I will also show how to do that with commands. Okay, but for now let me just turn it off because I already have that, and it's in pen drive, so it doesn't make sense to have swap space on pen drive. It makes sense, but it's not very practical. Okay, so that is it. Yeah, one more thing that you can do is you can basically set the flag. Okay, the flag things are required when you are installing new operating system. Okay, it's like you are using boot flag for that, or you are using other things like lvm is here, hidden esp. These kind of things are useful when you are installing the new operating system. Okay, so I think it's done. It has done that. Anyway, I'll just delete the partition. Okay, so be sure with that you are not doing any. Uh, no, you are not playing. You should not play with this. I'm just showing it to showing it for demonstration because there is no very valuable data for us in this partition. Okay, and if some devices are not shown here, you are doing this not shown. You can just say refresh. Maybe it will start showing that device. But for now, I haven't added any more device, so it will not reflect here. Edit, view, device information, pending operations. You can see here if you're doing okay, and this is the device information. See SanDisk device and that thing that you can see. It's a MS DOS partition table. You can see here. Yes, this is also a thing that you should care about. How to see device information and what is the partition table. Sometimes it is required to see, like from SSD, but it must be GPT, I think. Yeah, it's a GPT partition table. Okay, so yes, and yeah, that's all about it. I have said that I will show you apply in action. In fact, I have showed you, but let me show you it again. I'm going to delete this. So delete and now click on apply. It will apply and this partition will be deleted. Okay, apply. Now it is deleted. Okay. Okay. After that, if I say resize and if I want to delete this one also, so click on this and it is also for delete. Okay, you can do it from here also, and you can do it right click and delete also. Same thing is okay. So delete, and again I'm going to do that. Okay, apply, deleted. Okay, for SSD it is fast. If you are using hard disk, then it will be a little bit slower. The hard disk is mechanical. That is why it takes more time. You know about the thing. If you want a video on that, then you can comment. Okay. So right click and resize. I'm going to apply all these things, okay, for you guys. So I want to make a free space of, let's say, Charlie's 40 gigabits. So say resize and it's done. So now I have this much of free space, unallocated space also called, and after that I can create a new partition, say new, then size of partition, let it be whatever it is. Primary partition, ext4, not ext4. Let's say I want to choose expat or NTFS. Expat is not visible here. So FAT32 I'm going to use, add, okay, and maybe I want another partition here, or maybe I will extend this one, move that, but it will take more time, so I'm not going to do that for right now. uh, Let me apply this one. So new partition will be created. Whatever action is going to happen is visible here. First this one is going to shrink. Okay, so from 109.55 gigabits it will be of 69.90 gigabits, and a new partition will be created, which is this one. I can give a label here, I think, because if it is not available you can do it by this. Okay, and they and say new and select the file system FAT32 for now, and the label, let's say the movies. Okay, if I'm going to store movies here, well, it is not significant space to do that. Okay, but let it be movies, added, add and apply, and yeah, it is doing shrinking and it's done. Okay, close. And now this new partition is created, and in fact you can see in your file manager also. No, I don't think, because it was unmounted. So we first need to mount that. Maybe you can try to see if it's already available. No, it is not available here. Okay, if I see other locations, then it is also not visible here. So do it, and yeah, first close this app, then it might be visible to the file system. Maybe visible. If it is not visible, you can reinsert it, but before that you need to close the application first. Okay, and after that you can uh, you can take your pen drive, if it is in case of pen drive. Okay, if it is internal drive, then it is going to automatically mount to file system. Okay, let me see. File. Yes, now it is available. New usable and movie. Okay. Once you close the application, it is automatically going to be mounted. Okay. So nothing is here, and thank you for watching the video.